Now this is what I want to do on my trip. After I get off that hot saddle, after the hours in the heat, sit by the pool or by a river. I love these pictures of the water. It's really beautiful, like modern art. This is my cousin in his house with his two dogs, the tricolor collies, black, white and brown. This one is the alpha male, he's the head honcho. Cold-hearted killer. They've caught about 2 birds since I've been here. I rescued the one and he was out like a shot. You don't know how big these cats are. The photographs don't show it. Now this, as the camera zooms in, you'll see there's a thing called a lapa. This is not the house. This is just the covering for where they have the barbecue. And the mine dumps in the background here in Krugersdorp. Krugersdorp pretty much used to be a mining town. They started to use those dumps. They found they can use that soil. So this looks pretty bleak, but when you turn around, this is the view that you get down the street. Really quiet and small town, and actually quite pretty. You can see still the remnants of the mining industry. And then guys having their hair cut. Saturday morning, quiet, having a haircut in the Krugersdorp pavement. I'm in Johannesburg, South Africa, and I've been here for 2 weeks now. I came from Korea to Taiwan, where I visited my brother for nearly 3 weeks, and then I came over here. My things should be arriving tomorrow, they said, which includes my bicycles, and then I can start doing a couple of training rides. I'm a bit nervous because I'm unbelievably out of shape. I'm 35 kilograms overweight, and I can feel it. So at the moment I've been doing quite a bit of walking. I walk every day. Even that at first was a little bit tough. It's getting better now. And when I was in Taiwan, my claustrophobia started kicking in really badly, and it's so bad here that sometimes I have to sleep outside. It seems to be getting better now. I think as I start getting myself organized, my university work, what I'm going to be doing, etc., etc., it starts to get a bit more settled. So that's good news. Okay, now this bunch of keys, 5 keys for just the front door alone. That's Johannesburg for you at the moment. At the university I met a guy, and him and his family the previous night they had been burgled or robbed by 2 guys, came in, guns, tied them up, took everything that they had, and that's it. That's a everyday occurrence. That's just what somebody tells you while you sat, at a coffee machine or something like that. Big deal. It's really, really scary. Last week some guy in his Mercedes Benz, they wanted to hijack him. Bam, killed him. Didn't even take the car for some reason. So it's like the Wild West. So I'm having second thoughts about riding down to Cape Town. I can tell you that. Everybody, the whole vibe, everybody's nervous. They drive in the car, lock the doors from the inside. Everything is security, security, security. It's really, really really unpleasant. That's it. What I forgot to tell you about was the neighbors have an African grey parrot, and he whistles at the dog and he sings a Viennese waltz, but he also makes the sound of the car alarm going off, like that, exactly the way it sounds. And then the police, they have a walkie-talkie, and when they use it, it goes something like that, and he makes that sound spot on. So yeah, Johannesburg, South Africa. World Cup, bring money. This is the Hillbrow Tower downtown. This is what it looks like. It's hills up and down, so cycling is not that easy, I can tell you that. They've changed the name. We had to go somewhere, and now the town's called Modimolle, but nobody knows that the names have been changed. So you ride around like a mad thing looking for the new town. And then we found some restaurant. The lightning storm hit us,
and then the lights went on. We still have lights here. And in this picture you see Blue Blood. That's the Blue Bulls rugby team. People here are crazy about the rugby. And this road has been changed to Bram Fischer Street. And Bram Fischer was involved with bombing the Wimpy bars apparently. This is just a little church in Modimolle. And the coffee shop that they have there, quite sort of African-y vibe. I don't know how they fit the koi fish in. These are MFP records, Music for Pleasure. They had all the hits of those days, and the cake was a bit dry, but the girl that served it was lovely. Okay, this guy, you can make telephone calls from his table. And this is what the trees look like over here. These are the colors, very typical colors, and this guy was not at all happy to see me. He was about a foot long. And then these crosses you find all along the road where there have been fatal accidents. And typical scene out here. This is the Limpopo province, and then the Guinea fowl. And the Limpopo province is pretty north. After that, it's basically Zimbabwe. And this was driving back to Pretoria.
My training rides have taken a bit of a knock because I've had bronchitis, so I've had to take it easy. Luckily the hospital's just down the road. In the meantime, I just can't resist. Lunch bar, Tex. I know fat boys shouldn't be indulging in chocolates, but it's been 12 years since I've had them. I've been craving those chocolates, so irresistible. So I went to the hospital, Leratong Hospital, and it's so sweet. I mean, the doctor, when she checked me out and did everything, and then I said thank you very much, and then she says, oh, you're welcome, my darling. That's what the older women call you over here. The other word that they use a lot is ish, E-I-S-H. White people used to use that when I was a kid, but in a derogatory term. But I've noticed now in Johannesburg, everybody uses it, and it means if your computer crashes, ish. If you're late for a meeting, ish. Yesterday I went for a training ride and I got not just one puncture, 2 holes, the snake bite. That definitely is ish. And another thing that I forgot about is a Taiwanese friend of mine came to Johannesburg 4 years ago, and when she came back to Taiwan, she wanted to know why do people call one another China? China means friend. I'm going to watch the movies with my Chinas. Thanks, China. How's it, China? I think it's from way back, kind of like a Cockney rhyming thing. Maybe a miner. If you were a miner, you were a China. But it's evolved, it's morphed. Nowadays it just means your friend. Doesn't mean, even if it's someone that you don't know, you just say thanks, China. And yeah. And she was flabbergasted. Why would we call one another China? So yep, I have to take it easy for a while with the bronchitis. It's getting better. We'll see next Tuesday. I have to go back to Leratong, and then we'll see what they say. That's it. Tex lunch bar. Delicious.
Those are the candy. These are the flowers again in my cousin's yard. The more pictures of the yard. And the African sky.